Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about life hacks. So, I want to go over one of my favorite things, which is cleaning. But even though I love cleaning, it gets hard for me too. So,
Mhm.
I have this tool that I love. I don't know if you have it, and it's a Dyson wireless vacuum. Do you have one of those?
I do not.
This is life changing. Absolutely life changing. And I researched this so much before I bought it because I wanted something wireless, but I wanted something that held its battery life for a long time. So then they kept making them better and better and better. And finally, I bought one. I love vacuuming, I have to say that. And I am so crazy that I can tell you like which one of my vacuums is good, which one is bad. One day I lined them all up because it's so ridiculous how many I had, and I took a picture and then I started selling them on Facebook because it's just really ridiculous. But this Dyson vacuum, the wireless one, I think will change your life. My whole family vacuums now because they just love picking it up. It's charged. You don't have to connect it, and everyone vacuums their room. If I ask them to vacuum something, they'll get it. So, if anything, I need more of them, but they're a little expensive. So, I only have one. But
Okay.
it's a really great life hack because it cleans your floor so deep that when you mop, your floor is really clean. Like your water is not super dirty. So, and then if you have carpets, you're cleaning them too. So that's one of my things that I do to keep my house clean. I just have that vacuum that I've discovered. Um, and another thing that I do is I clean a little bit every day. So I really keep my house kind of tidy. I try to clean a little bit and keep everything clean. So during the weekend, if I want to clean, I clean, and if I don't, I can skip it because everything looks kind of tidy. Does
Oh,
that sound
that's
like?
really good.
Yeah.
So I don't do that. I don't like cleaning. I don't like vacuuming. I will vacuum, and I want to tell our listeners this is a personal thing about Marianne, but it's kind of funny, so I think that you'll like it. When Marianne moved, all of her stuff was packed up, so she borrowed our vacuum cleaner, which I thought was, it's a good enough vacuum cleaner. It's I forgot the brand, but it's
Shark.
one of the higher end. Would you say?
A shark.
Oh, okay. So we have a Shark vacuum cleaner. And Marianne said, "Can I borrow your vacuum cleaner?" Of course, no problem. So I gave it to her. She borrowed it for however long, whatever. And then she said, "I brought it back. It's on your porch," because I had to run back home. So I went to my porch and there's this brand new vacuum cleaner. And you're like, "Oh my God, she bought you a vacuum cleaner?" No. She scrubbed and cleaned my vacuum cleaner, whereas it was almost unrecognizable because she cleans vacuum cleaners because she likes to vacuum so much. So thank you. I really appreciated it.
I'm just so grateful. I'm a Girl Scout. What is it like? Hand it back better than you found it, something like that. So I was just, Girl Scouts promise.
I appreciate it. Corey said, "Did you clean the vacuum cleaner?" I said, "No." Marianne cleaned it. He was like, "Oh Lord, did you give it to her in a bad shape or something?" I said, "It was picking up dirt."
Yeah, it's a vacuum cleaner.
It looked almost brand new. So, anyway, that was an interesting little tidbit. Now, one of the cleaning hacks, it's more like an organization hack for me, is, and I just learned this like last month. If you take all of your Tupperware and your glass containers, all of those things have lids. And when you put the lids together, they don't necessarily always fit in with each other. They're different sizes, different brands. So you have these lids all over your pantry. You put all of those lids in one container, and the container holds the lids. Now you can see everything in the pantry. It was life changing for me.
So is this a special container that you have to buy for lids or just any container?
Any container. I bought a clear always looks really nice to me. Clear stuff, and you can see through it, or white stuff always looks very uniform and kind of clean to me. So I bought a clear container and put all the lids in there, and they don't, they're all different sizes and shapes. So that container of lids isn't necessarily the most organized thing, but it organizes the rest of your pantry, the rest of your cabinet, because you don't have these. I mean, maybe it's just me, but my lids were never organized, and then you can't find it or whatever. So now they're all in one place. They're all neatly put together, and they're not all over the cabinets. I love that. I'm so glad. I think I saw it on an organization show. Maybe it was a YouTube. I don't know. Whatever it was. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I need to take that one because I also have problems where the lids are everywhere or I try to keep them and I lose them. But I also have the issue that my family wants to take my Tupperware type bowls as like cereal bowls and fruit bowls. That's not what they're for. That's why we lose the lids. Use the bowls that are for that. But you just can't, I can't win.
Right. um, then for this is not really organization, but I do have one more a little life like at home hack. So everybody has, well, maybe not everybody. I like Bath and Body Works stuff. So I have a bunch of their lotions. When you get to the end of the lotion, it feels like it's pretty empty, no big deal. But if you cut it in half, there's so much more lotion in there. And then you just take the top half and slide it over the bottom half. And now you have a little travel size lotion. And you can
Wow.
get all of it because you can dig your fingers in it.
I love that. I do cut my stuff up, especially my face stuff, because like I'm running low and I won't have time to go out. And you know how I am about like my face routine. So I'll cut the lotions and use them, but I'll put them in a Ziploc bag so they don't dry out. I've never thought of using that same thing to
Yep,
cover.
because it fits. It fits really nicely.
That's a really good hack.
So do you have any additional hacks?
My only one, and I guess I don't know if it's a hack or if it's a goal in the area of cleaning, is doing laundry every day. Like if I just do a load of laundry, even if I don't fold it, just the fact to do it and put it somewhere and be able to fold it later, I feel like I'm conquering the world. So that's a goal more than anything. So that's my last one in the cleaning area. But I do have two in the organization area that I wanted to share with you. One is auto pay. Every time that I do not use auto pay, I completely regret it. Auto pay is your friend. If you have the funds, do auto pay because then I'll find myself like, oh my God, I forgot to pay it. And then I have to call the company because I want like my late fee back, my $10 or my $25. I'm like, will you please forgive it? Please, I promise to pay on time. I scheduled auto pay because I saw on Oprah that that's how you become rich. You call companies to get back your $25 and your $10. That was one of their tips one time when they were like how to handle your finances. So I'm that person that will call back for that $10. But they make a record, you can't keep calling back. They're like, "No, miss, you called back." You can only get away with that one time. So use auto pay. And my other one about organization is buy it before you need it because isn't it awful to run out and then have to go out and get it? Isn't that one of the worst things?
Yeah.
I know. Like today, I'm running out of printing paper. And if I don't buy it before I need it, I don't want to have to go and get it when I'm on like my last page and need to print something. So that takes a little bit of organization that I don't always do, but it just annoys me so much to go get something at the last minute. I don't want things to control my schedule. I want to be in control.
So to go back to the laundry, nope, I don't do that. Have no desire to wash clothes every day. Um, to go to we buy in bulk stuff like printer paper.
Yeah.
We probably have 8 reams downstairs. We're
Wow.
never going to print that much, but at the beginning of the school year, they'll put like a big box of 10, I think we call it a ream, 10 packs of paper. And so we'll go and buy that thing because it's normally going to be cheaper and you just put it in the basement. And every time we need to load up, which is once in a blue moon, we'll go downstairs because we have plenty of paper ready for that. So I do try to buy stuff like that that is non-perishable, is not going to get in the way. Toilet paper, paper towels, I buy those in big quantities so that we don't ever have to run out of that. And then what I'll do is, like, when you get down to the last 6 rolls, then that means it's time to buy again.
I know. And you panic, right? Like that's why there was so much panic during COVID. I have never in my life run out of toilet paper. So that's just something that I'm like automated in me. How many, it's like this computer, how many rolls are in this house? 4, nope, need to run out and get it. 6, nope, that's not enough. We need to have 24. So constantly going to
Yep.
get toilet paper. That would be a crisis to run out of toilet paper.
Yeah, it honestly, that is a crisis. So yeah, we keep pretty stocked on that type of stockpile. Those things that I consider stockpile. Another hack for me, and this is more about life. This is an oldie but goodie from my mother. She said, always tell the truth. And the reason you always tell the truth is because you never have to remember what you said. Lies, you have to remember. You got to keep your story straight. The truth, it is what it is. It's always going to be the same. So you can always tell that. And I just feel like that was a really good lesson that she told me way early. I've had that one in my heart forever.
That is a good one. I really believe in that it's easier just to keep your story straight by telling the truth. Then you don't have to remember.
Yep, that's exactly right. Do you have any additional ones about life, about anything?
One that I do that is in the car area because no one helps me with my car is getting my oil changed while sitting in my car. I think that's super beneficial. That's a life hack everyone should just do. Just sit there while they do whatever underground to your car. You shouldn't
Yeah.
have to get out of your car. It's painful enough to have to go get an oil changed, but to have to get out of your car, I know that sounds like a made up problem, but I just don't want to do it. I don't want to have to get out of my car if I'm getting my oil changed. So,
So I have made a big conversion recently and I have an electric vehicle. I no longer have to get an oil change. But back in my gas consuming days, I would go to your local Valvoline or whatever, where you can just kind of drive through. You sit there for 20 minutes, maybe, and then you leave. I think that is actually quite beneficial.
I have never thought about that if you have an electric car, you didn't need an oil change. I guess I don't know how electric cars really work.
It's funny, when I went and purchased it, I said, "So how often do you need to get the oil changed?" And he was like, "Well, there's no oil in it, so never."
Those questions you wish you knew the answer to before you asked it, right? Like you regret it immediately.
Yep.
Like, thank God your husband is here, ma'am. God, someone's here to help you. Well,
So I don't do oil changes anymore, but I do like that one, going and just kind of getting it done because it's super quick as well.
yeah, it's easy. Like you feel like it didn't even happen, except for when they're like, it's $100, and you're like, it's oil. How can it be so much money? So it has its downfall, but it is what it is. I learned so many hacks that I'm going to take. I'm definitely using that grape one, and I'm definitely using the lid container. I need to get on that like as soon as we're done here right now.
Yeah. That one really is a very good one. So I'm absolutely going to use the oh my God, I'm blanking. What is wrong with me? How can you be a podcaster and not remember everything that the person that you're speaking with said?
Which one, the vacuum or one of my cleaning hacks?
Oh, the vacuum. So I'm going to look into it now. I don't like to vacuum, but if you're saying this becomes an experience, maybe it's an experience I'll be glad to have.
It's an experience. I mean, you put in your AirPods and you listen to a podcast and you just walk all around your house and vacuum, and you don't even have to talk to anyone because you could just keep going and you have your AirPods in. So
You know what I'm not going to do? I'm still not going to do the clothes every day. Not going to happen.
Even I can't do that. It's just too much of a commitment. I just can't. It makes my life easier and it makes me feel happy when that laundry basket is empty, but I just can't commit to that one. It's a goal. That one's a goal.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
this
we have and we've enjoyed sharing our life hacks. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you one. This one is really, really good. Stop procrastinating. So I just learned that when you procrastinate, you're only putting off your greatness.
Oh, wow. That sounds like something someone is saying to trick you. You know what I mean? Like to get you to do it. You're am I really putting off greatness or just putting off the laundry?
It's your greatness that you're putting off. I'm still not going to do the laundry thing because I just hate laundry so much. But the other stuff, don't put off your big projects because you're only putting off how great, how your ability to shine and just be amazing. You're putting that off. Don't you want your light to be out there in the world as soon as possible?
I do agree. You're kind of putting off that effect where, like, sometimes you put something off and then you do it. You're like, wow, that wasn't that bad. I did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's true. It is. It can show you how great you are.
Yep.
Good. So this was not your mama's drama. I hope that you guys got some life hacks that are going to make your life a little bit easier, a little bit more pleasant. And thank you for listening.
Thank you guys for listening. We always very much appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.